If you're like me, you're probably wondering how fast you need to go to jump the Grand Canyon. Well, let's find out.
Now, I'm not the first to be drawn to the challenge posed by the Grand Canyon's girth. There have been many daredevils before me who also wanted a taste.
Whew, that's a view there, buddy.
But no one dreamed of soaring above it more than Evel Knievel. Evel was someone who understood that the only thing standing between a man and complete freedom is the ground.
You at one time wanted to jump Grand Canyon,
That's
didn't
right.
you?
There are a lot of people that can say, when I jump the canyon, if I splat against the other side, that I was crazy. But they will be proud of me because I've kept my word.
Sadly, he never did get a chance to live his dream of jumping that big ol' hole. That is until his son, Robbie, mounted up in 1999 to jump a small section of it. And he made it! But if you look at that footage, you can probably tell it's not the gap you imagine when you think of the Grand Canyon. And if humanity ever wants to claim victory over God's personal pothole, we have to beat it at its best. We have to jump it rim to rim. But is it even possible to jump the full extent of the Grand Canyon? So clearly I don't fully understand the scale of the Grand Canyon, but if we're talking scale, I think I know a guy. Ren, buddy.
Hey, you didn't hurt your arm, did you?
Can't ask me that. HIPAA laws. So you typically know the scale of things, right?
No, I typically know how to look up the scale of things.
That's good enough. I need to know the scale of the Grand Canyon.
Well, the Grand Canyon is the biggest canyon in the world. The average width is about 10 miles. That's how wide it is from rim to rim.
This is great information. Look, I'm trying to jump this thing.
The what? The canyon? The whole canyon?
The grand part, the grandest part.
What do you mean by jump?
Like, you know?
It's not possible to jump across the Grand Canyon.
But is it?
I mean, you can paramotor across it or something like that, you know, get some sort of like airplane to take off and go across. So when you say jump, are you envisioning an Evel Knievel type situation where you jump a car across the entire width of the Grand Canyon? All of your velocity right at the beginning, and then no more additional thrust afterwards, and you're supposed to clear
10 miles.
That's insane.
It is insane. But you know what's insaner? You land a stunt like this, brother, you live forever.
First off, if you're standing at the beach and you're looking out at the horizon above the ocean, do you know how far away that is?
10 miles?
3 miles. Ooh! So you're talking about a jump that goes 3 times further than the furthest thing you can see.
Then pirates go. That's farther than pirates go. So, look, possible, impossible, we'll learn soon enough, okay? We'll put that to the side for now. I'm thinking this time I use a ramp, and I'm just trying to figure out what's the best approach. Like, what should the ramp look like?
So there's a few assumptions we need to make because there's 3 different things that are going to essentially determine how any of this works. One is how fast do you have to go? Because you don't have to have a ramp to be able to clear a gap. You just have to be going fast enough. Do you know how long it takes for a bullet? If you were to fire a bullet horizontally, do you know how long it would take for that to hit the ground?
No.
It would take about this long.
No.
That's how fast it falls.
No.
Like legit, for real. It is flying sideways very, very fast, but it still falls to the ground at the same speed as you just dropping something. What you're talking about is projectile motion. When you jump off of a ramp, your force vectors are immediately split between how fast you're going forward and how much you're being dragged downwards by gravity. So whatever your initial speed is, the moment you jump, it will never be that fast ever again. Thanks to another aspect of this called drag. When you're going through the air is going to be pushing back on you. And that is going to continuously slow you down, like you've got like the brakes on just a little bit.
And that's the air pushing against you?
Exactly. Projectile motion will tell you how far you'd go in a vacuum, and then you apply drag to this, and that'll tell you how far you actually go.
So really, we're in a race against the clock for the drag slowing you down and the gravity pulling you down.
And the challenge with the drag is that it's related to the square of your speed, which means that if you double your speed, you quadruple your drag.
Oh shoot, so it only gets worse.
It gets significantly worse the faster you go. But the last thing is the actual angle at which you launch.
So is there an ideal angle for that ramp where you still get the benefit of your forward speed, but the advantage of your higher height?
If there was no drag at all, you would want to jump off of something at a 45-degree angle.
So a 45-degree ramp would be ideal for jumping the Grand Canyon.
There's so many asterisks on this because it's like we're still dealing with a gap that is too large to overcome.
We'll see. We'll see. Thank you for this, Matt. This is great.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think in the true spirit of Evel, I'm gonna need to see this physics applied to real-world vehicles. If I'm getting back in that car,
Back in the car?
we'll talk about it later.
Everything all right?
Yeah,
That is not a face of all right.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Jordan?
Oh, I'm so hungry, but I don't have time. Luckily, time is never a factor with today's sponsor, Factor. Would you look at that? Factor delivers fresh meals right to your door. No grocery stops necessary. You can choose from over 35 options every week. It's like having a personal chef who you never see. It's the worst part about personal chefs is having to see them all the time. Get out of here, Tony. They got everything you need. They got keto, vegan, calorie smart. I mean, you got a smorgasbord of options. Hot meals, cold drinks, and if you're looking to bulk, you can do that with their Protein Plus meals. We're talking 30 grams of protein. Factor's super flexible. Skip weeks or simply change meal sizes based on your schedule. Woo! Would you look at that? In 2 minutes, I have a hot and delicious meal that is ready to eat. Nothing's slowing me down. It's only filling me up. So if you're looking for delicious meals that fit in your schedule, head over to factor75.com and use code CORRIDOR50 for 50% off your first box and 20% off for your next month. Now, I gotta get back to the Grand Canyon. Ow! Jesse, what are you doing right now?
I'm busy.
Wrong. You're driving me to the Grand Canyon.
Why?
Let's go, keys. You'll need a lab coat.
For what?
To where? The first thing we're gonna need in order to make this 10-mile jump is gonna be a ramp, but not just any ramp. We're gonna need a big one. As Ren outlined, a 45-degree angle will be optimal, but we need to make sure it is gradual enough so we don't shave speed as the cars accelerate up it. We'll also need a vehicle. And I think in situations like this, it's good to have a baseline. And what better baseline vehicle is there than the car your aunt's been driving since 1991, the Honda Civic. Despite being a compact car, the Civic has a surprisingly good power-to-weight ratio, making it both light and quick, reaching a top speed of 126 miles per hour. Okay. Not good. Not what I expected. Okay, well, let's step it up with one of the fastest consumer-facing cars on the market, the Tesla S Plaid. I'm feeling good about this one. The Tesla S Plaid has both incredible acceleration and one of the lowest drag coefficients of any production car. Okay, Tesla's coming up. I'll do a little better than that. Okay, well, clearly we need to go beyond cars that are made for us mere mortals. We need to get a car that is built for racing. This is an F1 racing car. In 2006, one of these puppies reached a top speed of 256 miles per hour. Okay, let's get serious. F1. Oh, that was actually pretty bad. It seems that our problem is that it's designed to apply a ton of downward force via the rear wings in order to keep them stuck to the track, which means its speed is almost completely wasted on our jump. Well, luckily I have one more trick up my sleeve. It is the fastest car in recorded human history, the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. How do you say that? It doesn't matter. How do you say it? Koenigsegg?
I don't know.
With a twin turbocharged V8 engine, the Jesko Absolute can reach a theoretical 330 miles per hour. Come on, this is it. Come on, baby. What? That's it? That's the fastest car in the world. And it barely made it off the edge.
Wait, we drove all the way out here for this?
What if it's not the car? What if it's the ramp? If I just make the ramp bigger, the biggest the world has ever seen, the car will have enough time in the air to get across. I just need a bigger ramp. It's a bigger ramp. If it's just a huge ramp and it goes off the top, technically it can make it all the way.
How do you get up to the top of the ramp?
One step at a time, brother.
How do you come to me with these half-baked questions?
No.
The downside to making a bigger ramp is that now you lose speed as you're going up the ramp. A 45-degree ramp, I don't think any car can drive up, so you have to rely on momentum to carry you up that ramp, but at a certain point, you're gonna lose all your speed and you're gonna start slipping back down. I think the only way for this to work is that if you have some sort of platform that's already like super high, we're talking like maybe 7 miles up in the air, and then you just drive really fast off the edge of that, and that gives you enough dropping time that you could clear the Grand Canyon.
Good.
What do you mean good?
That means that we can jump it.
I think at a certain point, yes, you could cross the Grand Canyon, but you wouldn't be jumping it, you'd be falling.
Falling. In essence, I will have built another Grand Canyon that I'm just falling into. But I'm trying to make the greatest jump in human history.
At the end of the day, if you don't have enough speed, you can't make the jump because that's the whole point of the jump. It's directly correlated to how fast you're able to jump. I've said from the beginning, this is impossible. You need more speed to be able to clear the Grand Canyon, but you can't get enough speed. It's impossible.
You know, watching Evel as a kid made me believe in flight. Freaking rip off that ramp and just soar. Unconstrained by the rules of physics that we mortals all follow. But I guess the part that I never really paid attention to is that he always came crashing back down. And it hurts. It hurts when your dream doesn't align with the math of reality. We threw the fastest car in the world at it, didn't even make a dent. We've been to the moon. To the moon! We can't jump the Grand Canyon? We as humanity don't have a vehicle that is fast enough to jump a hole? I mean, what's faster than the fastest car in the world? Huh, Evel? You there? Tell me!
Jordan.
Evel?
Jordan, listen to me. The speed. Jordan, you have the speed.
Shoot one. We got it.
This is the Thrust SSC, the only land vehicle to break the sound barrier. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Jordan, that's not a car, that's a damn rocket ship. Haha, well, not so fast. Take a look at this. Those are wheels, which makes this monstrosity a car. So even though it's got thrusters, as long as we cut them off at the point of launch, we have ourselves a legal jump. I think we got our speed. JC, real quick. Okay, what are you doing right now? It's time to give this jump the best that science and engineering have to offer. The Thrust SSC generates approximately 110,000 horsepower, reaching a world record-setting 763 miles per hour. Ah! It's gonna do it! No! Oh. Oh.
It just wasn't enough.
More rockets.
What?
More rockets.
That's not how physics works.
We just did more rockets.
No.
Evel spoke to me.
No.
He wouldn't lie to me.
Should I call Ren?
No, you don't understand. Ren said it's all about speed, and if we have double the rockets, we have double the speed.
Where are you going?
I'm going to be with Evel.
to say a few things.
Put him on.
Jordan, I told you this is impossible. You're gonna die.
We'll all die one day, won't we?
Your heart will rip away from its aorta if you hit that ramp and somehow it doesn't break.
The world looks so small from up here. It's beautiful.
You're also probably not gonna have a stable flight through the air. It's gonna be tumbling end over end.
I'm doing it!
Jordan, the car's just not
I
gonna
can see the other side!
The centrifugal force of that will rip your head off your neck.
I can see Evil! He's waiting for me. He's calling me home.
Jordan, you can still pull your chute. You don't have to
Wait for me.
He actually did it.
We're not done.
Jordan?
If all you need's more rockets, then why stop at the edge of the canyon?
You look screwed up, man.
Why not jump to another state entirely? To reach Salt Lake City, we just need to go 2,237 miles per hour. Or how about another country?
Stop it!
Vancouver, Canada! We just need to reach 22,369 miles per hour! Russia! 78,293 miles per hour to pop into Putin's backyard! India! 87,516 miles per hour to Mumbai!
You need to be put away!
Antarctica! 95,888 miles per hour! But all those jumps pale in comparison to the greatest jump of all! The Earth itself!
I can't be a part of this.
You'd only need to go 119,330 miles per hour in order to land exactly where you set off from! Yes! I'm coming home!